Jan.
I'm Tracy, and we are in London, England.
So good morning. We just arrived here at Heathrow. It's right about 8 o'clock in the morning.
And that gives us all day, an entire day, to go sightseeing in London before we head off to Istanbul for our Viking cruise.
Yeah, but first we need to go to our hotel.
Which is here at the Sofitel Hotel in Terminal 5.
Yeah, what's a really nice spot here, not only is it a really nice hotel, because it's right here in Terminal 5, tomorrow when we get ready to fly to Turkey, we don't have to get a shuttle. All we do is just literally walk to the airplane, or at least to the gate, which is very nice.
But today we're exploring London. We love the Heathrow Express. With pre-booking, it only takes about £15 and about 15 minutes to move from the Heathrow Airport to the center of London.
So we just got off the train in Paddington Station, and we're headed over to Hyde Park.
We just walked about 15 minutes from Paddington Station, and we're here at Hyde Park, which is right in the center of London. This land actually used to belong to the Westminster Abbey. However, in 1536, Henry VIII actually took it from them to be able to turn that into his own private hunting grounds. However, about 100 years later, it actually became a public park with about 355 or so acres. So it's actually kind of nice.
Next to Hyde Park is Kensington Palace. This palace was built in 1605, and William III bought it from the Earl of Nottingham in 1689. This is where Queen Victoria was born, which is why the statue's right there. And other notables who have lived here: Princess Diana, Princess Margaret, Prince William, Prince Harry, and their spouses.
I tell you what, it really is amazing to be in a city that is so big as London, and having a park like this. It's absolutely beautiful. It's green. You have people who are running and just walking and taking their kids around, and it's just a very nice little place to be.
And if you're talking about palaces, then obviously the one behind me literally reigns supreme, Buckingham Palace. Built in 1703, Buckingham Palace and its 775 rooms has been the official residence of the monarch ever since Queen Victoria, at least until now. See, What has happened is although Buckingham Palace actually has been estimated to being worth $4.9 billion, it's in the middle of a 10-year, $500 million renovation program. So King Charles doesn't actually live here, and it actually is not altogether sure if he's going to come and live here when it's actually complete. He's said to not really like Buckingham Palace, so right now he lives in Clarence House, which is right across the street here, and we'll have to see if he actually moves here. This is his official workplace, and I think the flag is flying. I think that means that the king's actually in the palace as we're here.
Although the Westminster Abbey is 5 minutes away, this Catholic cathedral is a real find. Larger than the Westminster Abbey, the Westminster Cathedral, completed in 1903, is the 50th largest church in the world.
Behind me is perhaps one of the most iconic structures in all of London, and this is Westminster Abbey. It was first consecrated in 1065, and in this building there have been 16 royal weddings and 40 coronations of British and English monarchs. It is also the place that more than 3,300 notable people in Britain are buried. To name a few, Sir Isaac Newton, Charles Dickens, and Charles Darwin.
All right, so if you didn't recognize Westminster Abbey, you're certainly going to recognize the building behind me, which is Big Ben. However, Big Ben doesn't refer to the clock tower itself. It is actually the nickname for the heaviest of the 5 bells that are up in the clock tower. Now, in 2017, it actually was named the Elizabeth Tower as part of the Diamond Jubilee of the late Queen, which is pretty cool.
South of the Elizabeth Tower is Westminster Palace, which is also called the Houses of Parliament. It was first built in 1016, and it was the official royal residence until the first House of Parliament met here in 1295.
Since we actually left Paddington Station, we've walked over 3 miles, and actually it's actually closer to 4. So we're a little bit hungry and thirsty, so we're here at Gordon's Wine Bar. It opened in 1890, and it is London's oldest wine bar. Now, they don't take reservations, but their website says that during the weekdays, during lunch, there is their quietest, so hopefully we're gonna get a table.
We really enjoyed our lunch at Gordon's Wine Bar. After that, we got back to the Embankment Metro and we went to the Tower Hill Station, about 11 minutes to ride by Metro. And this is where the Tower of London is found. It is on the banks of the Thames River, and it was built in 1066 as part of the Norman Conquest. It served in many different functions, but it was a prison, and it was a foundry, and it was also a place where the crown jewels are stored. And crossing the Thames River is the Tower Bridge, which is right next to the Tower of London. It was finished in 1894. It spans 800 feet across the river, and the 2 towers reach to a height of 213 feet.
So it was actually in order to take advantage and then defend a bridge over the Thames River that the Romans first settled in this city in 50 AD, they rebuilt in 60 AD, but they called it Londinium. And what was behind me here is perhaps one of the oldest structures in London. This is a Roman wall that was 2.5-mile wall all the way around London that was built around 200 AD and pretty much stayed here for the next 1100 years after that. Now, if you come here, you also find there is a statue of Trajan. Trajan was the emperor during the 1st century, that around 100 AD, right as London was actually becoming the largest city in all Britannia.
We have seen so much of London, but there's still one place we have to go to. The British Museum. To walk here would have taken us over an hour from Tower Hill, so what we ended up doing was we took the metro from the Northern Line and the Circle Line, and we got up here right on time. We made a reservation, but you don't need to. Sometimes they ask for a donation. We did donate, but it was very quick going through the line.
Now, what's even better is Tracy said we gave a donation, but the reality is the British Museum is free. And this absolutely is a world-class museum. Inside, you have the Rosetta Stone, that Rosetta Stone. You have the statues from the Parthenon in Greece, and you have so many more things. In fact, let's just go see it. There is so much more to see as tomorrow we fly to Istanbul. Be sure to continue the adventure by watching this video, and as always, keep on traveling.